100 grams.
Feeling so tall, I could give a high five to the pilot. Yeah, family tight, I keep small circle like island. Whoa, inbox full of contracts, I sign with a stylist. Yeah, blue faces blowing up like violet. Talk about the things they're gonna say when they see me, and when they see me, they just dab me up and say good to meet me. I keep it going, flowing over this and make it look easy. Easy for me to say I do this every day of the week. I'm eager to be the one they talk about when all said and done with it. I'm the feature that they want, but then they don't when I come with it. I'm a scene, still a seat, filler, blow up the numbers, and I ain't leaving no crumbs, so you know when I'm done with it. I'm a new school vibe with an old soul, oh so great. Stay paid by the boatload, don't go chasing a wave. I'm a rowboat, blow smoke right through the face of the ozone. Oh no, I got the bag, I'm back to just double it. I'm about to pop the top, I've been bubbling. They want the spot, but I do not cut them in. They tryna plot my drop, they been huddling.
It is?
Feeling so tall, I could give a high five to the pilot. Yeah, family tight, I keep small circle like island. Whoa, inbox full of contracts, I sign with a stylist. Yeah, blue faces blowing up like violet.
I know a lot of people praying for my downfall, but the only thing that I...
Yo, what's up? What's up? Over to Marine Phil, RXG, Fireball, Royale with Cheese, Mecha DL, Austin and Gaming. No, I did not get my coffee, Vale, because I don't drink coffee. We're all aware of this. We all know this. In our minds, we're aware I don't drink coffee. We just say that I do because of some Reddit post 6 months ago. Okay? But nobody actually believes it. Everyone knows that I'm drinking water. Shay Gaming. NWA or Tribe Called Quest? NWA for me. YS, thank you for 3 months. Sad for leave the 31 months. Poggy's my streamer is addicted to streaming, not coffee. I'm definitely not addicted to either. I think I've been missing quite a few streams lately. But today, I'm here, and I've got a very good wins and fails to do before I hit the road to go home for the holidays. All right? I extended my stay here in Los Angeles because I wanted to finish this wins and fails and get it to you. And I think it's a good one. And I really want to talk about all the interesting stuff that's been happening. So, newest vid was fire. Dude, I'm so bummed about the newest vid. Whatever I did to it, fucked it. It is so underviewed right now, despite being people that do watch it, super high watch time, very well enjoyed, great comments. It's a bummer. It's a bummer. I hope it picks up. Because I think it is such a funny idea, funny video. Auto killed it. I think all the bits are, Onionist is funny. The whole thing's funny. Quack edited great. I'll give it time, but I'm bummed. I'm bummed it's not doing better because I liked that video a lot. It might be your best video. Okay, I don't think about that. That's a little recency bias, right? I don't think it's my best video. I don't think it's like fucking Riot vs. Blizzard, dude. It's just me giggling at AI, but it's good. Let it cook. I'm gonna let it cook. I'm honestly just gonna let it cook because if it has watch time that good, I think eventually it'll just get figured out. Steelio, stay for the 31 months. Happy 31 months, Big A. Hope to see you at Genesis. You will. I'll be there. I'm competing. I'm actually competing at Genesis. After I did the reads yesterday. It was yesterday, wasn't it? After I did the reads, Melee show, I realized that I am still the fucking GOAT. I'm still fucking scroted and woted on the sticks. I still got it, dude. I still fuck these Falcos up. So I've decided I'm going to play. I might do a little Melee on stream or something. I don't know. See if I can grind a plat. And so I decided to enter Genesis instead of just... Because I haven't entered a Melee tournament since, I don't know, 2016. When I got out of pools into day 2 at Big House. Very hard to do, actually. Very hard to get out of pools as a Melee player. Very rare, very elite club. But I don't think I could do it now. And I'm not planning to get out of pools at Genesis. Everyone's cracked. I want to compete. It's a fun game. What made you choose a game between LoL and Dota when they were the biggest? I don't think Dota was ever really the biggest. I picked LoL because I think I just got it at the right time. Every day, LoL got bigger. I joined literally like during beta early, and I was like, this game is for babies, and it's cringe, and StarCraft is cool. Then I kept playing it, and it kept getting bigger. Damn, 2016, that's a different generation. No. It's just a different year. The age you are depends on your generation. Doesn't make any sense. That's not the right use of the word generation. It's like if you're fucking 80 years old in 2011 or you're 3 years old in 2011, you know what I'm saying? The person is a different generation, but the year is a different generation. Would we see a normal marketing Monday in the next few weeks? Here's the plan, and I don't like to give these plans ahead of time because sometimes I don't do them. Uh-oh. Macaulay Culkin home alone. But here's what I'm thinking. I'm going on vacation to see my family. After this, immediately following today's wins and fail. During that week off, I plan to write a video I've been wanting to do for a very long time, basically a full year, which is looking back at my predictions from 2021 and making new predictions for 2023. I basically want to bring back the predictions every year video, which I think is just a hype concept. I like doing a video right at the end of the year of what I think is whatever the trend lines are saying for the year ahead. So I'm going to do an official predictions 2023 marketing Monday. And I plan to work on it this week while I'm gone. We'll have time to read and think, and I'm not just jumping from one off-brand thing to one stream thing to one making thumbnails, whatever. So that's what I'm going to do. That's the plan. And that will be the beginning of more Marketing Mondays. I have one coming up that I won't even spoil. Actually, I won't even spoil because I want to just surprise people. Connor was fucked over by crypto. What? Connor eats pants? The world's greatest investor? There's no way he was fucked over by crypto. Let's see. After a week learning about the inner workings of crypto and the blockchain, I have determined the science is not there for me to use my Trump NFT as a Twitter profile picture, and I would like my money back. That's such a flame tweet. Okay, if Connor Eats Pants spent an entire week mastering crypto and the blockchain and can't get it on there, then it can't be done, okay? Because Connor Eats Pants is like, he downloads data at a fucking phenomenal rate. You missed my gifted subs, bro? I'm sorry, unicorns and stars. I thank you for the one gifted. You said gifted subs. It's a gifted sub. And I didn't get to it yet. All right? Don't fucking make a big stink about it, dude. That is the same amount of subs that everyone else is gifted that I've also ignored. All right? We're not all rich. Okay, I didn't ask for subs. He said subs with an S. Big A, will we ever watch another favorite childhood show of yours? Example, Batman Beyond. Yeah, I was thinking about Teen Titans. I don't know. It's not currently on the docket, but yeah, Teen Titans is a big one. HR, I gifted 100 subs and you missed it. It's okay. I'll take VIP as an apology. It shows a little 100 gifted icon next to your name if you had, and it does not show that icon. So I would hate to think you lied to me about this. Megan, stay with the prime. Conneria. Your name's Conneria? What's such a terrible name? Thank you for the 5 gifted. What a terrible, terrible, off-putting name. Yuck. Yuck. Just no. No, terrible. Yuck. Thank you for the 5 gifted, though. Tito Libido. Thank you for the 10 gifted. Wow. Wow, gifted coming out of the woodwork. JCY, they were the 33 months of Prime. You might be my longest primer. Salute. JCY, thank you for the 5,000. No, I'm sorry. Thank you for the fucking 5,000 months of Prime. 33 months of Prime is crazy. Turtle, thank you for the 31. Unfindable, thank you for the 16. Mr. Ninja, thank you for the 9. Shocked emoji. Is this the month you play Bloodborne? No, it isn't. Please mention the plandemic in today's wins and fails. I just do a fucking total pivot. Instead of talking about like labor movements and unions, I just fucking go 100%. The whole thing's fake. COVID doesn't exist. Here's the win. Fucking horse tranquilizer or whatever. Yeah, that's one avenue if I need to shoulder up the revenue. Yo, Big A, I tried the Atrioc Gambit in my marketing class this semester. The numbers were so bad we failed the class. Well, it doesn't work out for everybody. Tell you that. Tell you that. Doesn't always come up aces. But I gotta respect you for trying. Gotta respect you for trying. That's a yikes. Your streams always brighten my day. Keep up the good work. It's crazy because you were probably just being sincere, but it sounds like a bot. You know what I'm saying? It sounds like a bot. When I hear that, I'm like, oh, okay. That sounds like a YouTube AI generated comment. Quick T, thank you for the 5 gifted. Pepe, please. All right, guys, we're going to start here pretty soon. And I'm going to jump into the wins and fails. And I think it's a good one. We can talk about, I'm actually going to change the title. Let me change my title to include some of the things. Boom. Wins and fails Biden edition. I will say, this is not probably in my wins and fails. I haven't done a deep enough research on it to discuss. I do give a fail to this new spending package. This $1.7 trillion spending package is just, it's not a good idea. It's bad. I don't support. Hey, Big Ash, thank you for the amazing streams. Your energy and passion. Okay, now that's AI. Yeah, we'll talk about SBF. We're talking about Elon Musk. We're talking about SBF. We're going to talk about the Bank of Japan. There's a big bit of news coming out of the Bank of Japan, but I don't think anyone really understands it on Twitch, so I thought I'd discuss it because it's interesting. Talk about Sony, Microsoft. Talk about a lot of things. We got a lot of things to discuss. I'm just going to get to it in a few minutes. I'm just talking about Bugleberry. Oh, do I have anything to say about Germa before we jump into this? I hope you guys watched the Germa stream. We really enjoyed doing it. Again, that was not a money-making venture. Just directly honest. Off-Brand did that with Germa because we wanted to work with Germa. And though I think in the future we could get a lot more sponsors for it, it was difficult to sell the idea of, no, you don't understand. There's this guy named Germa, and he's not going to be on his own stream. It's going to be a random guy who's a hacker, and Germa's going to be on an alt that has no followers. And it was difficult to get sponsors on board with this. Not that we didn't get, I think, we got some stuff, but we did it literally because we wanted to work with Germa, and it turned out so fucking awesome. And he's a genius. And I got to say the experience. So like, for example, the core idea of Off-Brand is if we work with someone like, let's say XQC or, somebody big, but who is very busy streaming 18 hours a day, that we can help with the process. We can manage the vendors. We can help with ideas. Whatever. But when you're talking with Germa's got every idea in his head already. Germa knows what he wants the fucking fabric to be like on the elf costume. Germa knows every detail. It's literally all in his brain. He knows exactly what he wants the fucking show to be like. So we don't really have to do. We take Off-Brand as a whole is zero credit for the show itself, like the script and the funny beats and that's Germa's brain, and then Beyond the Summit's excellent execution. Most Twitch streamers are actors. Germa's an auteur. Most Twitch streamers are autists. Yeah, they're so slightly different. Yard Boys in Hawaii. Wait, what? Yo, I've got like 2 more hours of work. Are you at work right now? Who dat? Are you at a grocery store right now? Watching my stream? Anyway, it was awesome. And so wait. What's funny is the idea, I don't know if you guys saw the moment Germa fucking slams me against the wall and then dumps a coffee out at my feet. Here, you can see, I mean, there's screenshots. But this was not part of the plan until the day of. And I came into the studio and I was like, "Oh, we're ready to go." He's like, "I got this idea. All right, I want to be mad at Off-Brand. All right, because my stream gets hacked and I'm mad and I'm like, where the fuck's Off-Brand? I want to be mad. So you just need to sit in the hallway." and like, this is all like right before we go live, like right before it happens. So yeah, it was hype. It was hype. And then and then I told him, I swear to God, some people were messaging on Twitter like, you should have thrown the coffee in your face. I asked him. I said legitimately, Germa, if it's funnier, spit the coffee in my face, throw it on me, whatever's funnier. I literally like whatever is funny, but he's like, no, I think it's better if I pour it out. So you asked him to spit in your face. Because the whole joke is that, like, you know, Germa's supposed to be in this show. He's a diva behind the scenes. Like, he's super nice on camera. Oh shucks, it's time for the holiday special. But when it gets hacked, he becomes an absolute fucking monster diva. And the idea was he drinks his coffee and it's like, this is not what I asked for. And it would, you know, that would be he's like Elon a little bit. And so that would be the joke, is that he fucking just dumps it in my face. But he dumped it out and it was funny. You snake motherfucker. It was great. It was great. And then we got to come on for the 1v1 portion that we did know about. So I had a good time. And I think Germa's a genius. And we all went to dinner afterwards. And I just wish him all the best and success. I hope I get to work with him more. Hey, Big A, I did that interview today and they sent me an offer. Hog fucking champ, dude. Congrats. Hope you enjoy it. What was Off-Brand's role in the show? Paid for it. Paid for the show, organized the vendors, organized getting BTS set up, found the location, la 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 la. But in general, we were supposed to sell a lot of sponsors on it, and it was tough. We didn't get a lot. I think for the next time though, easy money. Now that they understand that it worked. Yo, Big A, my grades dropped a whole lot this semester. Nice. That means you've probably spent more time gaming, which means your rank probably went up. Atrioc, have you played High on Life? No, I haven't. I was in top 2% Atrioc chatters this year, which is concerning. Well, I guess. I guess it is. I didn't see the rest. Quick Dinner for the 5 gifted. Wedge, thing for the 11 months. Zavi, thing for the 9 months. Sleepy Cactus, thing for the 20 months. Winnie the Foo, they give the 7. Delilah, man, they give the 9 months. And Josh, 29, thank you for the 3 months. Happy 3 months anniversary, Big Dog. Literally the only streamer I watch. I'm a UK frog, so I try to watch live whenever I can. If you're a UK frog and I'm the only streamer you watch, you are the biggest degenerate. Bro, you must have a completely topsy fucking turvy schedule. Your family must not know you exist. They must not even see you, bro. That's crazy. That is completely opposite of what a normal day is like. And that's why I thank you. Realist fan. I got hired as... Wait, what is this one? Oh, what is this? Hey, Big A. I got hired as an intern in the marketing department at BMW. Any tips for a beginner marketing intern? Yeah. What you're going to want to do, this is what all good marketing interns do, is you find the biggest, baddest motherfucker in the building. Find the CMO, the VP of marketing. And on day one, you knock him or her the fuck out. Pow! All right? That's how you get noticed. That has senior management written all over you. Okay? That way the CEO goes, okay, that's what I want in my chief marketer. And that's how you move up in the rankings. Just assert dominance, okay? Realistically, I would say try to get on projects with some sort of visibility. Your goal as an intern, assuming you like the job, if you end up hating it, then fucking coast, whatever. But if you like the company or they pay well or whatever, your goal as an intern is to get invited back with a real job. And that has a pretty high success rate. So all you have to do is be seen working on something with some kind of impact, help out on something with some visibility and some success. And then when you do that, they'll like you and they'll invite you back and then you'll get a nice job, good job, get paid, bada bing, bada boom, bing, 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 So I guess just don't try to blend totally in, I think there's a tendency when you're an intern to be like, oh, I don't want to make any waves, cause no trouble. But you should get some sort of visibility. Your goal is to have something you can say I did this. I worked on this. This project went well and I was part of it. I contributed. That would be your goal as an intern if your goal is to get invited back. Second thing we do is commit fraud. You know what you should do is you should unannounced impersonate or spoof a high-level executive at BMW's email. Then email the factories and ask them to start cheating on the emission standards. All right? To start fixing the numbers so that the emissions look lower than they are on all of the cars. So they can sell more polluted cars for better profits. Okay? Then, after that's gone for a few months of your internship, and BMW profits are up, go to the CEO and say, hey, listen, you know how profits are up this last few months? That's because of me. And he goes, wait, what? And you're like, yeah, I've been committing fraud under the BMW name to make us all money. And that's giving you a bonus. And if you don't promote me right now to senior VP, then what I'm going to do is leak this to the press. And then you're going down, your pay package is gone, BMW's in court for the next 8 months. And I walk away fine because I'm an intern. Okay? And all of a sudden, this CEO's got a tough choice to make. Atrioc, I'm 17 and I have an interview on Friday. The roads will be closed. Dude, what? I can't solve that problem, bro. These questions are getting more and more fucking out of the realm of what do you want me to do? Fucking, I don't know. Bro, I literally don't know. I can't solve that problem. I can't fucking change the weather. All right? If you're going to ask job advice, I got something, but and also, I don't think anyone's interviewing the Friday before Christmas. Especially, you said it was your dream job. Is it fucking the North Pole? Your job with Santa as a last minute elf? Yeah, I don't know. The roads are closed up there, bro. But I doubt anywhere else can't reschedule based on a fucking weather event that closes the roads. I'm pretty sure they're not gonna fucking cancel the job over that. Bazinga! I need a Bazinga button, dude. When I make another Bazinga joke like that. Boing! Have you ever been in drama at work? You just went from advice to like just fucking. I don't think drama like you're thinking, but the only thing I remember that was like weird at work maybe was at Twitch. I like hosted. I mean, well, actually, there's been a lot of stuff at Twitch. I mean, I told you about the the stuff with the free PCs and the guy abusing it, so we got ruined. But then there was also like, I tell you about the intern. Well, NVIDIA had basically no drama. NVIDIA was all professional adults in button downs doing jobs. But Twitch had, you know, a lot of young people in hoodies behaving badly. The intern was, so Twitch had an open bar policy, you know, a big, nice bar with free drinks on tap. And the idea was don't abuse it. You know, everyone can just drink get in the break room, play games, drink, stay after work, drink. And everyone there was kind of young and everyone was drinking. And again, Twitch in 2014, when I started working there, was like a dream company because it literally was like peak Silicon Valley perks. Perks, excess. Hey, we're like Google. We're fun. You know, free drinks, free games. There's a foosball table and arcade machines. And, you know, that's the whole thing. It was, anyway. So, and the office wasn't ever locked. It was never locked. So you could come in, you could stay late. You'd come in on the weekend. I would oftentimes. I would come in on the weekend. I would work a little bit. I would play some games. Just the office was better than my home. So I would go there all the time. And, nobody had abused this so far until an intern comes along. I will call him Psych. It'll help me remember. I'll call him Psych. Okay? And this intern is a big fan of the open bar. You know, just really hitting it up. And then one day, this intern decides, because the office is so nice and so fun to hang out with, he's going to invite a bunch of friends who don't work at Twitch to come have a party at Twitch on the weekend. So on the weekend, when nobody's there, he invites all of his boys and friends to come and have a party at Twitch, free open bar. And they're just playing games, chilling, having a good time. During this party, Psych goes into a conference room and vomits all over the floor. All over the floor. Then decides, I'm not going to pick that up. The maids will pick it up. Or the cleaning staff will pick it up before Monday morning. Okay? This is probably Saturday when he's doing this. They'll get it figured out. I'm not going to do it. So he pukes, finishes the party. They all leave. No one knows about it yet. Come Monday morning, 8 a.m., there is an important meeting in this conference room. And a lot of people that are the bosses of this guy's boss walk into the conference room and there is puke all over the floor. Rancid, dude. And it's just been sitting there for fucking 30 hours. It smells terrible. Immediately, the security camera footage is checked. The intern is found. He is severely reprimanded. The entire bar is locked down. The office changes to require key card access on weekends and permission from your manager or whatever. The whole thing is ruined. All right. The whole freewheeling system is ruined overnight because of Psych, we'll call him. He was not fired, but only because it was such a public. I think everyone knew about this instantly because it was so hilarious. And the story spread like wildfire through the company that if they had fired him, I think they would have thought it was, I don't know, would have caused more drama. So they just literally got really mad at him. And then obviously I don't think they invited him back after his internship was over. Also, he's an intern, so it's like weirder because he's not, So yeah, that's the story of Twitch office drama. Also, people had sex in the office frequently. There was a nap room because one of the perks that they had was we're gonna have this nap room with a bed in it, and people definitely use that nap room for salacious activity. SBF, yeah, really SBF style. Yo, Big A, I'm an Italian plumber. I'm trying to expand my lizard fighting business. Call Chris Pratt. You'll go global. But they were all gamers. I thought gamers were virgin. I think it's a big misconception that Twitch's employees were all gamers. Maybe very early on it was like a heavy gaming lean, but it was really just mostly Silicon Valley people who wanted money. That's one of the reasons I ended up leaving, was that the culture was not like when I was early on. It was like I would look around and it's like, oh, there's Bobby Scar, Mike Ross, Toph, Frodan, Sue Smix from Sarka, DJ Wheat, and like everyone was like a fucking gaming legend that helped like build esports in the industry. And then pretty soon it was not. Oh, I want to do a Marketing Monday on it's open call, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to do a Marketing Monday on the dumbest and weirdest TikTok ads. If you see a dumb and weird TikTok ad, or even better, like one of those TikToks that's obviously an ad but they pretend like it's not, please submit to the Discord. I will be reviewing them. It'll be funny. It'll be hilarious. We'll all enjoy it. Stans raid! Stansers, rise up. Rise up like you did on January 6th. Hello. Hello, Stansers. It is good to see you. Proud to serve. Any TikToks that are promoting products is what I want to see. If you have one of those. And then I will be doing this early next year probably. Love seeing the Stansers. What did I was just thinking about Stans from some reason. Just in general. He's my boy. He's my dog. Oh yeah, dude. Someone found this. Wait. All right, I'm jumping into the wins and fails here in just a second because I do have to leave, but I want to show you guys this because I think it's fucking hilarious. Somebody in the crowd at chess boxing. Look at this. I want someone to cheer for me like Atrioc does for Stans at chess boxing. Load, please. Slowing you down. So there's me right there. Someone in the crowd was literally filming me from the seats in the back, dude. They weren't even looking at Stans. They were filming me. And I'm losing my mind, bro. And then I'm stressed. I'm stressed in the chest.
And the knight can take the roof. The whole house is on fire right now for box butt.
And then this guy's cheering along with what he thinks my... He's reading my lips and cheering along from across the room. Anyway, I was losing my mind. My voice was actually gone after I cheered for Stan so hard. It was so hype when he got the first round. Ah! What is he, your best man or something? Yeah. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I believe it's time. We have so much to discuss. There's so much going on in the world today, and the only way for us to digest it in our brains, and so we can regurgitate it in conversation, is to simplify it down to two simple concepts: wins and fails. So without further ado, please tag yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Marketing Monday Wins and Fails on Wednesday, December 21st. It is a Marketing Monday on a Wednesday, but it is our last one before I leave for the holidays, and we have a lot to discuss. Namely, the first win of the day goes to you, because you, ladies and gentlemen in chat, could be the next CEO of Twitter. Elon Musk is saying that he's going to resign as the head of Twitter, and the job is up for grabs. Let's rewind a little bit, though, and ask how the hell we got here. So, a few days ago. Oh, wait, that's not it. A few days ago, there was an announcement on Twitter. We recognize that many of our users are active on other social media platforms. However, we will no longer allow free promotion of certain social media platforms on Twitter. Twitter banned outside links to things like Mastodon, Spill, Post. Basically, there's a huge new crop of Twitter competitors that are rising up because they see that the finances don't really make sense over at Twitter. They see that Elon Musk is looking for the exit, and they see this as their best chance to try and take some of Twitter's market share in the text-based social media place. And so, rather than try to outcompete them or use their larger size to just kind of blow them around, they just banned them. They created a wall. And I have always thought that I've always had this thought in my head, which is that wait. Which is that, here, let me just say it to you. The acid test for any two competing economic systems is when one side needs to build a wall to keep people from escaping. That's the bad one. And I got that from my hero, Elon Musk, okay? Who said that about 6 months ago. He said that building a wall to keep people out is the bad one. Now, I don't know why he's sort of about-faced on this, but they're putting up a wall to ban outside links. And for the first time since he's taken over his Twitter, he finally had a pretty much universally unpopular decision, okay? He's had some ones that were maybe not make financial sense before, but they've always had supporters. This one was universally unpopular. And the proof is in the pudding on that because... one second. Because he finally got his biggest fan to disagree with him. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast said, if you're going to keep doing stuff like this, yes, yuck. And he said you can't prohibited Facebook, Instagram, Mastodon, Truth Social, Tribal, Post. Linktree was banned. Follow me at user on Instagram was banned. All this stuff was banned. All right. And so even Mr. Beast, the man who literally wears Elon Musk t-shirts, has Elon Musk posters in his house, is diehard Elon Musk, was like, yuck, dude, this is bad. And so it was so universally despised that they walked back. They walked it back. They deleted the tweets. They walked it back. They changed the rules. Elon Musk went on a Twitter space and said, fine, post on fucking Mastodon. You can post on Mastodon as much as you goddamn want. This is a direct quote. He said fucking and goddamn. So he said fine. Okay? All right? They walked it back. But, you know, maybe the backlash and the anger got to him a bit because he then posted, oh, well, it also didn't help that it turns out that he was only thinking about US rules, but in fact, the new policy about linking to competitors being banned was in direct violation of European Union rules. And the penalty could have been a fine of 20% of Twitter's annual revenue. And Twitter's not in a position right now where they can afford any more revenue hits, okay? They kind of need the money pretty badly. So they walked it back. They're not going to do it. But Elon Musk was pretty upset about the whole ordeal, so he dropped this. Should I step down as head of Twitter? I will abide by the results of this poll. And 57.5% of the 17 million votes voted yes. Now, a lot of people seem to think that he was surprised by this result. And my initial gut reaction was that this was part of his plan. Because, as always, it has been very clear since November that he... Well, let me see. I got my links here. Here it is. Wait 1 second, sorry. Okay. I'm trying to find the... Here it is. Here it is. There it is. In November, he said that he had already picked a successor. Okay? This has already been part of his plan. He already had a successor picked. He's always been saying he's going to step down. In fact, he kind of legally needs to step down relatively quickly because he is in the middle of a trial about his pay as Tesla's CEO. See, right now, actually, this is November, Elon Musk is being sued by Tesla shareholders because as the stock goes down, he is paying himself $55 billion, a record high pay package. Okay? And so there's a bit of a lawsuit here. And so he said in this lawsuit, under oath, that he's going to be moving back from his time at Twitter. He's going to step back because Twitter is distracting him from his role at Tesla, and he'll be stepping back. Now, he said this a month ago, and he kind of, because of under oath, needs to make some sort of progress towards doing that. And he has yet to do that. So he tweeted this poll. And in my mind, I was like, okay, this is all part of his plan. He's going to put out this poll. He's going to say, all right, fine, if you don't want me, I'll leave. Then he'll leave, put up a successor. The successor will fail because the company is doomed to failure. And then he can blame it on them. That's what I thought the plan was. But for some reason, he is not acting in accordance with what I thought. Because, sorry, 1 second. Because then he followed it up by saying, as the saying goes, be careful what you wish for. You might just get it. Then he said, nobody who wants this job can actually keep Twitter alive. There is no successor. Then he said, the question is not finding a new CEO. The question is finding a CEO who can keep Twitter alive. Then Lex Friedman, who is a, pretty big YouTuber and interviewer, offered to take the job. Sorry, 1 second. Lex said, fun suggestion. Let me run Twitter for a bit. No salary. All in. Focus on great engineering and increasing the amount of love in the world. Just offering my help in the unlikely case it's useful. Elon Musk said, you must like pain a lot. One catch. You have to invest your life savings in Twitter, and it's been in the fast lane to bankruptcy since May. By the way, Marketing Monday has been right on that bullet. I'll tell you that. We've been saying that since the beginning. Still want the job. Now, it doesn't seem like from his actions, Lex Friedman said, yes, we'll turn it around. But Elon Musk did not reply. It seems like Elon Musk does not want to give up the job or cannot find an appropriate successor. No one will take the job. And it doesn't seem unlikely to me that people don't want to take this job. Because he is saying, actually he tweets a lot, so I have to find his exact tweet. He is saying that when he steps down, he will still remain head of servers and engineering. Yeah, right here. Here it is. I will resign as CEO as soon as I find someone foolish enough to take the job. After that, I will just run the software and servers teams, which is weird because basically what he's saying is, I will be the majority owner of Twitter. So I will have final say, but I will hire someone to be my boss as an employee running the software and servers teams. But if at any point this boss tells me what to do, I can say, fuck you, because I'm the majority owner. By the way, the company's doomed to bankruptcy, so you'll take all the blame. I will just run the parts I like. And if you try to tell me what to do, I'm the majority owner, and so I can then fire you, likely, likely without severance. So I don't see why anyone who has actual experience running a tech company would have any interest in this job. This job seems like doomed from the outflow. He's being very clear, and the finances are very clear. Like, we've been clear on this show, and the finances are very clear if you just look them up, that the company is right now barreling towards bankruptcy. It does not have enough cash to cover its costs. It's on track to lose about $3 billion this year, and it has no money to pay that. And so, nobody really wants this job. And so if no one's going to take the job, and he doesn't seem intent on leaving it, it's tough to see what's going to happen. And again, after his poll went so disastrously, which I thought it was his plan, I gave him the credit of assuming that poll was part of his plan to pawn it off on someone else. But then Kim.com comes out and says, I'm hoping that Elon did this poll as a honeypot to catch all the deep state bots. Interesting. Blue subscribers should be the only ones that can vote in policy-related polls. Good point. Twitter will make that change. So now he's going to rerun the poll with only people that pay him $8 a month for a near useless blue check mark. So now I'm actually thinking he thought he was going to win that poll and is mad, which is crazy. I was at least giving him the benefit of the doubt that there was some strategy to it. So, I don't know that fully calculates as free speech to have everyone have to pay you $8 to be allowed to vote. Pay to vote based. I feel like it's looking pretty bad over there. And he agrees. So, I'm going through all this crazy timeline of events, but as of yesterday, Elon Musk was in a Twitter Spaces talking more candidly than I've ever seen him talk about what the hell's going on at Twitter. And it was not good. Okay? Let me get my... Here it is. Okay.
And the Fed rate has been going crazy. There's on the order of $1.5 billion-ish of debt servicing that's required. So we're talking about...
So he starts off by saying Twitter has $1.5 billion-ish of debt servicing required. What that means is he took out a $12 billion loan to buy Twitter. That debt is on Twitter's books, and they have to pay interest on that loan every year, $1.5 billion. So we've talked about this a lot on the show, but he's finally admitting it, that is a big problem because a company that already wasn't making money does not have $1.5 billion out of nowhere. Okay, continue.
About net cash outflow if you didn't make any changes on the order of $6.5 billion next year with revenue.
So now he's saying at current pace, based on where advertisers are at, where revenue's at, where everything's at, that next year they're going to be losing $6 billion net cash outflow. The company's going to be losing $6 billion next year. Now remember, when he bought the company, it was losing roughly $200 million. I want you to understand that Twitter, well, I think it was a poorly run company. Twitter, with all of its millions of employees, all of its thousands of employees, and all of its offices, and not selling the chairs, and all of the stuff that Twitter had before, was only losing $200 million. So it was not a great company, but it was survivable. They were on the line. They just needed to cut costs a little bit and they were fine. Now it is about to lose $6 billion next year.
You're probably tracking to 3. So that's like a negative cash flow situation of $3 billion a year. Not good. Since Twitter has $1 billion in cash.
And then he openly admits that Twitter only has $1 billion in cash right now, but is going to be down $3 billion. Okay? After you take all the revenue, all the expenses, and then you have about $1 billion. So that's not good. There's no other way to say it that the money has to come from somewhere, which is why it seems like he's been selling Tesla stock like crazy. Is he going to attempt to refinance the loans or cover some of these costs? Because again, if the costs don't cover, the company just goes to bankruptcy. The company goes to zero. There's no magic fiddling around anymore. Money is no longer free. Interest rates are high. You can't just borrow more money. Nobody will loan it to you. So if you don't come up with the money, the company goes into bankruptcy.
So that's why I spent the last 5 weeks cutting costs like crazy.
I think we also got to get the advertisers.
Yeah.
So now let's talk about the advertisers, okay? Because again, one of the big problems here is that revenue of Twitter has collapsed because many, many advertisers have left. And the truth is, though some people think it's entirely for political reasons, in fact, it seems like it's for a variety of reasons, including one that Twitter just isn't very big. Twitter's not very big. We're entering into a tough economic time. And companies are cutting marketing spend already, and especially at Twitter, which is already highly risky and not that big.
Yeah.
We do need to get the advertisers. But like I said, I've spoken to a number of the advertisers. Their requests are not fuzzy or irrational or anything. They're like quite reasonable. They're like, just show us an ROI that makes sense. And I'm like, yes, I agree. If I were in their position, I would also want an ROI that makes sense, especially when headed into a difficult economic time.
So that's actually a good point. Basically, he's saying he's talked to the advertisers. The advertisers say, hey, this needs to make sense to us. He says, that makes sense. We can't show you that. ROI is return on investment. So advertisers are saying, hey, if we spend this money, we want to make sure that like we get sales. Like if I spend a lot of money on Twitter to advertise my new book or movie or whatever, I want that to work. And he cannot show that because for many reasons. First of all, Twitter has terrible ad targeting. Number two is he fired everyone that could handle the clients and show them decks of their growth or anything. And then third is their whole ad system kind of sucks. And so they're not coming back at what I'm seeing from here. So the money's gone. Can't find a new CEO. And to help it all off, the guy that hosted this space, what is his name? George Stotts? He is a guy that is a hardcore engineer that loves Elon and joined Twitter to be part of the mission. George Hotz. Yeah, he quit immediately after this call. Right after this call, this Twitter employee that loved Elon and joined and part of the mission resigned because nothing is adding up. Nothing is adding up at Twitter. Okay. And I want you guys, listen, I know there's some people, I don't know why I have to make a point of this, but, there's some people that, think that I'm only criticizing this because I disagree with Elon Musk politically, but I want you to imagine, I want you to close your eyes and I want you to imagine that if Jeff Bezos grew hair, then dyed it pink, then wore a shirt that said woke Bezos, and then bought Snapchat, and then turned the entire thing into like a hardcore far left. Yeah, he's like soda popping. Okay? And then at the same time that he's doing that, he's alienating advertisers from Amazon, or Amazon stock is tanking, and he's spending all his time on Snapchat that he just bought to do his whole new thing. I would also cover that and also find that hilarious. What is happening with Elon is just hilarious. It is a comedy of errors at the highest level of finances, of somebody extremely rich making error after error after error and taking all parts of their business empire. It's funny. It's just worth noting that it's very funny. And if you can't see that, I think you are way, 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 way down the Elon pipeline. I think you're way too far gone. They asked Elon how much runway Twitter has left. What did he say? Oh, there's a clip. Wait, I would love to see this. What is this?
These are all features, and they're all at the expense of refactors.
Yeah. No, they are.
Okay.
But
well, thank you for acknowledging that.
I think we won't get to the refactor if we don't make these changes.
Why?
Because we used to be bankrupt.
What's the...
Dude, it's crazy. Before we even get to this, it's crazy how much he's saying the word bankrupt lately. Because as a CEO in general, you should avoid saying the word bankrupt whenever possible. Only extreme cases you'd be saying, wow, we're pretty close to being bankrupt. But he's saying it all the time because the math goes to zero. And I think what he ignored in his last clip, and we'll watch the end of this. We'll watch the end of this.
Runway.
Could I jump in with a quick question?
These are all
Oh,
features.
that's it. Okay. I think what he keeps ignoring in all of this, because he talks about how, the Federal Reserve is raising interest rate. He talked about this. He's been blaming the fall in Tesla and the tough times at Twitter on the government. Okay? He has been saying that, let's see, I'm just going to grab some images here. Elon Musk has been trying to explain why Tesla shares are tanking. Because, again, at the end of all this, Twitter was a $42 billion mistake. I think it's becoming very obvious to everybody. This has not worked out well. But he's getting paid $55 billion from Tesla. That's what he's in his other lawsuit about. So it wouldn't have been a big deal if Twitter wasn't causing such a problem with Tesla shares, which continue to drop. Okay? They're in free fall. And he's saying this is not his fault. Okay? Tesla shares are tanking because the macroeconomic conditions are bad. And they are bad. He's saying the government is raising interest rates. All this stuff around us is happening and everything's going bad. And it's not my fault. Tesla will bounce back when the market bounces back. And some part of that is true. Some portion of this drop is due to what he says. But the problem is, if you look at the actual numbers, it doesn't add up because it's so weird that the Fed actions have impacted Tesla, which is minus 41% from here, and not Ford, which is up 1%, or GM, which is up 8%. It's almost as if something else happened in mid-October. It's almost as if right here, these three companies which were trading along with the market around the same time split off. It's almost as if right as he takes over Twitter, there is a big sustained negative downturn in Tesla stock. It's almost like it's doing damage to the brand. It's almost like it's diverting his focus. He's no longer promoting new Tesla products and talking about as much as he was. He's not getting as much free marketing from his channel around Tesla as he was. And he's alienating people that disagree with him politically. So, there's a pretty direct connection here that is making a lot of people very angry that are Tesla investors. No, that can't be it. Yeah. Please subsidize. But that isn't stopping. There's another great article about it if you want to read. Elon Musk gambled big on Twitter. Tesla is going to pay the price. The real impact of all this has been the impact on Tesla, which is taking a way bigger beating in terms of billions lost in value than Twitter ever could, because Twitter's not that big. Did you see Tesla shareholders calling him out on Twitter? I did. Yeah, Tesla shareholders are getting quite angry because especially people that bought into the vision, let's say early this year, late last year, they are down incredibly. They're down horrendously, and they'd like to see him focus on his main company and turn it around. And he seems to be only focused on Twitter. Yeah. So, let's see if there's anything else. Yeah. Oh, yeah. This article also came out yesterday. the advertisers exodus is accelerating. It's getting worse, not better. Let me see. But at least you can get cool ads like this now from Jeremy's Razors. Buy your razors from a company that doesn't buy this whole hashtag Twitter boycott. Stop giving your money to woke corporations that won't advertise on Twitter. Jeremy's Razors. Yes, dude. I fucking hate woke companies like Gillette, dude. Companies that have existed for fucking 90 years and just make razors and try to make a lot of money on them. Nothing more woke than them when they, you know, when they participate in buying out their smaller competitors, when they lower wages, when they, those guys are fucking radical. It doesn't get more kick-ass than this. So yeah, I'm switching to Jeremy's Razors, baby. This is what you're going to find on Twitter now because all of the big advertisers are jumping ship. One, because, you know, in tough economic times, marketing spend is the first to go. It's hard to prove that it works. You know, it's on mass scale. Like direct you can, but not mass. And then Twitter is just like the riskiest place. It's the riskiest place to keep your money right now, so they're not doing it. And so they're leaving. And let me see. I just want to make sure that I got everything on that. And so that's wait. Man who recently bought website for $44 billion, infuriated to hear the basics of online advertising explained.
If Twitter can accurately recommend tweets to you that you don't explicitly follow, it can by the same token also show ads that are relevant to you. But
so the way that a lot of platforms do ad sales and a lot of like purchasers expect ads isn't necessarily I'm going to give you these ads and I trust you to serve them to the right people. It's usually almost the opposite, where it's I want to target this group of people in this region who went to a Jiffy Lube in the last 72 days. That level of micro-targeting is something a lot of ad buyers now expect. And like, it's a huge part of how CPMs can get so high on platforms like YouTube.
Listen,
but sometimes these advertisers will serve entirely different versions of the same ad to different
Can this guy off, please? He's just talking nonsense. Thanks.
Bro! Emergency clown nose! Bro, that is clown behavior. Straight up. The guy was not talking nonsense. The guy was not even raising his voice. He was giving you extreme basics about what advertisers expect. As somebody who has worked in advertising and marketing at a big company, that is exactly what we expect. We talked about it on the show. You go into ad targeting and you want to find people that have bought GPUs or PC parts recently, or in a certain age demographic or age range, or you just want to be able to target them because you want to go for people that you know are your customers. Facebook does it incredibly well. That's why Facebook still prints money despite all the bad press and wasting it all on Meta. But Twitter only barely was getting it before. And then he fired everybody that worked on that. He fired all the account services reps. He fired all the ad targeting people. He fired everybody but the core engineers working on the product. So there's not anybody left to do this part that makes the money from the advertisers. And so it's just not looking good. I guess my end result here, I don't even want to sum it up yet because tomorrow there'll be a brand new piece to this puzzle. But I want to say that I don't think anyone who considers himself a reasonable person can look at what's going on at Twitter and not say that Elon Musk has fucked up big time. Even if you are diehard, even if you're like, man, I love the Mars stuff, I love the electric car stuff, I just don't think you can be a reasonable person and look at this and not be like, man, this guy fucked it up hard. He's made mistake after mistake after mistake, and it's costing him and all the people that supported him a ton of time and money. I think that's bootlicker behavior, brother. I think that's crazy. I don't think there's any way to defend it because the math doesn't add up. But I'll tell you where the math does add up. I'm sorry I went a little long on that. I'll tell you where the math does add up because we got enough about Elon Musk, okay? We got enough about Elon Musk. We need to talk about a man Wait, let's see. Here it is. We need to talk about a man who's having a bit of a glow up of his own. And that is Sam Bankman-Fried. Let's give a win to SBF as he leaves the Bahamas for the United States. This is post-jail SBF. This is today. Just a few, maybe even an hour ago. Maybe a few hours ago. Sam Bankman-Fried. Now, here's the situation. Sam Bankman-Fried was arrested by authorities in the Bahamas and was requested to be extradited to the United States to face justice. He was fighting that. He said, no, I won't. You can't make me. I'm going to fight it legally. I will be staying here in the Bahamas. You can't bring me to the United States. Then he spent 3 days in Bahamas jail. He spent 3 days in jail in the Bahamas and decided, yes, I will go. I will go to the United States. I will accept. I am going to leave and you can extradite me and get me out of here. So, yeah, I don't know if they didn't have enough vegan shrimp or whatever it was, but he was immediately ready to go. And his plan, he says his plan, well, all right, there's two reasons he switched his opinion on this. What he says is, I want to go to the United States so I can be closer to the customers there and help make them whole. He says it's all part of my plan to do the best I can to get the money back in the hands of customers. All right. Now that's a pretty solid defense. That sounds like a legendary altruist right there. A true giving billionaire. He really cares about us. A hero. Another reason that might be more probable is that if he goes to the United States, apparently it is much easier for him to get access to bail. He can post bail because in the Bahamas, they are not allowing any chance of bail. So he can't leave. And there's a decent chance he might try to run. If he gets to America and posts bail, he might try to run, which is the step 2. So we need to really hope that does not happen. But that is his current plan. He's currently being extradited to the United States. I think he may have just landed in the United States. He is on track to face justice in the United States. Again, the evidence is overwhelming against him and very likely contains testimony from his ex-girlfriend, Caroline Ellison. He is looking like he's actually going to get taken down. And I was talking about this with Scar and Toph, and what I was saying was, for the past few years, as someone who likes seeing scammers brought to justice, all I've been able to get is like internet justice. For the past few years, it feels like every rich and powerful person that did scams, basically the worst they would get is internet justice, which is like, they would get yelled at or they would get shamed a little bit or, whatever. But they wouldn't get any actual jail time or fines or legal recourse. They would only get internet justice. And internet justice is just never really satisfying. And so for the first time, it feels like, in late 2022, we are finally starting to see some real consequences. Some real actual justice. And my justice boner is raging. I am so stuck. I forgot what it feels like to see someone commit a blatant scam and actually get some kind of retribution, some consequences. It's literally such a positive feeling to see a system work to catch somebody that is committing the outright crime you're designed to stop. And so, yeah. So, I don't know about you, but for me, this is very exciting. I'm watching this closely, and let's hope it's a massive win, and we get Sam Bankman-Fried to jail. But for now, he is looking good. He's got the troll posture. Apparently, they won't let him play his favorite game, Storybook Brawl, in jail. So he has been allowed access to crosswords, and he's been dominating crosswords at a bronze level. This is true. He's literally apparently been in his cot all day doing crosswords in the Bahamas jail. He looks disheveled. Yeah, he looks a far cry from, you know what's funny is in 2021, the more disheveled you looked, the more money you could raise. This Sam Bankman-Fried would raise fucking $1 trillion. This guy would look like he must be the most hardcore coder of all time, crypto genius. But now in 2022, it's just kind of sad, you know? Kind of looks like a real scumbag. So anyway, we'll see. But I think it's a win. He got extradited. Continuing. There's a lot to talk about. Let me see. Hold. Oh, perfect. Okay. Next up, let's talk about the legal battle between Xbox and Sony. All right. We've been talking about it for every Marketing Monday, and it is heating up in a major way. Sony versus Xbox, the war for Blizzard. I'm going to give a win to all of you who I assume wrote in letters to the CMA, Competitive Markets Authority, which is the UK version of our FTC that blocks mergers. America has sued to stop the Blizzard merger. The CMA is the UK version. Let me see if I got the... Here it is. CMA has what they do is a thing before they make a judgment. They allow open letters of people to send in and give their opinion on the merger. And I'm sure you guys were people that wrote in and said, hey, look, 2,100 emails were sent in and people said, Sony and Nintendo are stronger than Microsoft in console gaming. And this merger will help Microsoft to compete more closely against them. So a lot of letters came in that were pro Microsoft. They were basically saying, yeah, let Microsoft do this. Please let them do it. Sony and Nintendo are way too strong, and Microsoft needs to buy Blizzard to get stronger, all right? And I assume you guys did this. And then there was also the arguments against. Those were like, Microsoft is already dominant in PC operating systems, and this merger is an attempt to game similar to in gaming. Boring. Microsoft already has the resources to create an offering that competes with PlayStation without acquiring Activision. Boring. The merger would lead to consolidation and would set a harmful precedent in the gaming industry of acquiring large publishers rather than encouraging organic growth. Boring. Let Microsoft cook, baby. Let them buy 70 billion, dude. Let them buy out Blizzard. Anyway, I didn't know what to think because there were so many compelling arguments on both sides. And so I read the comments. And what I found was Hokage V1 said, yikes, lots of great points for the merger and a good amount of questionable points against the merger. So I was like, oh, Hokage V1 clearly thinks Microsoft should be allowed to buy Xbox. Let me see if I can learn anything more about this guy. This guy clearly must be an expert on antitrust law, monopolies, all this stuff. So I click at him. His banner is the Nigerian funeral dance meme. His location is block/mute equals owned. And his profile is you mad clown. And I was like, all right, what arguments does he have? And then I scroll down and he's got this amazing meme of Amber Heard as PlayStation. And Johnny Depp as Microsoft. So actually, I've switched my opinion. At first, I thought this was kind of a bad merger, and it was kind of anti-competitive and really not necessary. And honestly, Blizzard should suffer some consequences for their many mistakes rather than just getting a $70 billion payday to go to Microsoft. But when I see this, when I see a random, I guess, teen comparing different billion-dollar corporations to the celebrities he likes and doesn't likes legal team in a defamation lawsuit. Now I know, dude. Now I get it. And again, all the rest of his stuff is basically about Microsoft. So, there's many debates on both sides on this, but what it looks like is that both the FTC and the CMA in the UK are going to be suing to block this merger, and Microsoft is going to fight it tooth and nail, and it's going to drag out for a while, but it's looking like it's not going to be a quick merger. No matter what happens, Blizzard's going to be on its own for a good amount of time. And what that means, it brings me to my next win. What that means is that if you are a Blizzard employee who was expecting to be a highly paid, cushy Microsoft employee pretty soon, and now you know that you won't, it's time to trade up. That's why I'm going to give a win to the COO of Blizzard Entertainment, who has decided to trade up his job to working as the CEO of Bored Ape NFTs. I didn't think you could sink much lower than COO of Blizzard during the time of its crisis. But now, this guy's jumping over to become CEO of Bored Ape NFTs. What a good time, too. What a good time to be the leader of Bored Ape NFTs as they tank in value. Blizzard execs might actually be cartoon villains. But that's where we find himself. I'll give him a big win. That man did 16 years at Google, fucking 2 or 3 years at Blizzard during the worst time, and then now Bored Ape NFTs. Okay, that's all my wins. But I actually no, I have one more win. Wait, I have more wins. Ladies and gentlemen, those are the business wins. Let's talk about something let's talk about you personally. Okay, we've talked about what's going on with billionaires and CEOs and et cetera, et cetera. Let's talk about you personally. Okay, and basically, let's talk about how this holiday season is shaping up to be kind of tough. I'm gonna give my first fail. Actually, my first fail is that there might be fewer Christmas presents under the trees because consumers are running out of money to spend. This is just straight up happening. This is the biggest December on December decline observed since the pandemic began. U.S. consumers are under increasing financial stress, and the trend has become more acute. Nothing acute about it, okay? It's ugly. Oh, I can't make an angle joke talking about the economic hardships of everybody. I can't make a pun when we're talking about everyone losing their fucking savings. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, no, in seriousness, the thing is, basically the pandemic happened. There was free money for everybody. Everyone was enjoying it. Then interest rates rose. Things started declining. And then for a while, everything seemed okay because everyone was buying stuff on credit. But now people's lines of credit are getting tapped out. People are running out of, or they don't want to increase their credit card bill anymore, or they've been putting everything on the card. They can't do it anymore, whatever it is, or they've been taking money out of their mortgage. Whatever it is, they no longer are have easy access to credit, and they can no longer spend what they do. So we are in a tough economic time coming up. That being said, I have found a magical way, if you own a car, to make a little extra money. Okay? And no, it's not Uber. Because as a Christmas miracle, this is a win, apparently Santa or someone went around to millions of cars all over the world, all over America, all over different countries. Santa went around and he changed all of their mileage to be lower. Apparently, because the price of cars is tanking and a lot of people owe more on their car than it's worth, there has been a huge spike in people illegally rolling back the odometer on their cars to pretend like a 100,000 mile car is a 20,000 mile car. It's basically new or whatever. And of course, they couldn't be doing that because they're economically desperate trying to unload these cars as users and dealerships are doing. No, it's got to be Santa. I'm pretty sure Santa's doing it. But I do want to say, if for whatever reason you're Scrooge and you don't believe in Santa, please do some due diligence before purchasing a car anytime soon. The amount of fraud going on in the car world right now is at all-time highs because many, many dealerships are underwater. The collapse of Carvana is going to lead to liquidation of cars at an enormous rate, and car prices are tanking. So there are going to be a lot of good deals on cars. Make sure it's actually a good deal. Yeah, Carvana is dead. I mean, it's basically it's going to zero. I got a used car from a dealership. I mean, I'm saying listen, this is not every car. This is probably something like 10 to 15%, but it just the risk is rising. The risk is rising that you're going to have some sort of weird fakery because all of these dealerships are panicking. They're literally panicking that they've bought so many cars at inflated prices and you have to unload them, and they're going to take a big loss in all of them. Cars were the best performing asset over the pandemic. Yeah, exactly. And now it's crashing. It's crashing right now. Car prices are crashing. Used car prices specifically are crashing right now. And so the only way they can get some of their money back is to lie and pretend the car is newer than it is. And so they're seeing mass rollbacks of odometers. How easy is it to roll back the mileage? Are you asking me on how to commit the crime? You got to Google it, bro. I have not rolled back my Honda Fit's mileage. Yeah, ask ChatGPT for step-by-step instructions. Don't ask me. But if times are, if the holiday season is approaching, you're worried about bills and maybe whatever, you're rolling back on numbers on cars, and you want to find ways to save money going into the holiday, well then, hey, I'd like to tell you about today's sponsor, Rocket Money. RocketMoney.com/Atrioc. If you go there right now, you can download the app for free. You link your accounts. It shows you everything you're subscribed to. Netflix, Spotify, New York Times, whatever bills you have, electric bill. It literally just shows you all your bills in a clean, easy to use interface, and you can find out which ones you want to cancel. It'll even cancel them for you. It can also negotiate down your bills, and it'll only take a cut of what it saves. So, it's, yeah, you can use the app totally free. And if you want to use the negotiation feature, it'll also just take a cut of whatever it saves you. So again, no actual money lost on your part. I think Rocket Money is an awesome, it used to be called Truebill. I've used it for a very long time. They only decided to sponsor me after they became Rocket Money. It's just a great way to keep track of apps. I sign up for a lot of things that I forget about. For me, it's often news articles because I have a thing where if I want to read an article, but it's behind a paywall, I get really impatient and I just pay. And then I read the article and then I forget about it. But I always want to cancel it. Rocket Money has allowed me to cancel it. I've actually become so much better at literally signing up for things and then canceling them when I'm done. So yeah, if you have bills that you want to keep track of and cancel, Rocket Money is great. It's a free app. Check it out. RocketMoney.com/Atrioc. Thanks again for supporting Marketing Monday. Appreciate them. Dead. Dude pays for news. Somebody has to. You understand? If you're getting your news from this right now, yes, you're getting it for free. But somebody at some level had to pay so I could read actual real news. I can't just go watch TikTok, get the news, and give it to you. I have to read from journalists. At some level in the face, someone has to pay, you know? You wouldn't download a car. Well, I use 12foot.io and all the things to try and get around, but they've gotten so good at stopping you from scamming the paywall. So I've had to pay for some, and now I can cancel it with Truebill. Dude, just watch Marketing Monday. That is a good idea. I should have done that. Are pre-built cars going down in price? What do you mean pre-built? So yeah, so now, okay. Speaking of economics, let's do a quick discussion and then so now we're gonna jump into Asia. But today, we are not we are not opening with Xi Jinping saying, "What's up, Beijing?" I'll get to that in a second. Instead, we are going a little further east or west, from wherever you to Japan. Okay? We are going to Japan because as of like yesterday at 2 a.m., the Bank of Japan loses control. This is a big piece of news in the finance world that is not really being discussed yet. I want to break it down for you as simply as I can. Basically, when it comes to debt to GDP, let me just get a picture here for you. Here's a great one. What you might not know is that, everyone talks about the national debt of the United States and a bunch of other countries. What you might not know is that by far the worst overspender in all governments is Japan. Japan has the worst debt to GDP in like the entire world. Okay? Japan's government spends money they don't have on everything. They are in massive, massive, massive government debt. Been that way for a while. In fact, if you roll it back to, let's say, a 2008 financial crisis, or even COVID, you know how we had this, right? We had Jerome Powell printing money like crazy. We need stimulus. Government's got to buy. Taxpayer money, print. You know how we had this? Well, apparently, in Japan, this was small time. And instead of a money printer, they called it a money bazooka. That's not a joke. The Bank of Japan is trying to unwind Kuroda's bazooka stimulus. This is Kuroda. This is their equivalent of Jerome Powell. This is Kuroda. Haruhiko Kuroda is the head of the Bank of Japan. And this guy just dumped money on the market. Okay, so Japan has been inflating their currency at unsustainable rates. And now, in a world where everyone else is attempting to unwind that, raise interest rates, Japan has been the one holdout. Okay? Of all major advanced economies, Japan has been the one that's been like, nah, we're going to keep printing money. They've been like, it's fine. We'll keep doing it. And then at 2 a.m. yesterday, that finally showed cracks. Finally, they sort of started to realize that there's no fucking way we can keep doing this. There's no way this is going to be sustainable. And so basically what they're doing is they made a very small tweak that is a sign of something bigger. They allowed the band. This is all very boring, but there's a band called the yield curve control that allows the interest rates on government bonds to stay within a small, narrow window. They let it get wider, okay? But they were basically forced to let it get wider because they know that they have to shift their policy and get tighter. So explaining it simply, what they're going to happen is they're going to throw this guy under the bus. They're going to blame it all on this guy. They're going to cause a big recession in Japan. They're going to raise interest rates. All of the debt's going to get unpayable. Zombie companies are going to die in Japan. They're going to have all the problems we have here, but 10x magnified, and they're going to blame it all on this guy. That is what's going to happen in Japan, all right? Japan is in the middle of a big pivot to try and save their currency from inflating to zero, okay? That's the problem. Japanese currency, if you notice, was rising. $1 was getting you more yen every day, okay? Japan's currency was inflating out of control. They have to stop it somehow. They realize they can no longer keep printing money like crazy. They're going to blame it on this guy and move on. That's what's going on in Japan. Big fail for this guy because he basically did what everybody wanted and asked. He just printed money like crazy and everybody was super happy. It was like super pog. He did it in 2008. Everyone was like, this is great. He did it in 2020. Everyone's like, this is great. He's doing it in 2022. They're like, okay, we got to stop. And they're going to scapegoat him. So that's where we're at in Japan. I just want you to know that like this is it's a big problem. And the debt bubble in both Japan and China is massive. But Japan's is like the world's worst. Japan's debt bubble is absolutely crazy, and there's no real way they can get out of it. So what they're going to try and do is just kick the can down the road. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of pain in Japan. Is what I'm getting to. Is like, Japan's going to be a real problem. Yeah, L for the weebs. Then in China, let's get to our actual finale and favorite part of wins and fails. Ladies and gentlemen, the incomparable.
我在北京
Every time he says it, dude. What is up in Beijing? What is going on in Beijing? Well, for some reason, a huge line of hearses are queued up at Beijing crematoriums, but China is reporting no new COVID deaths. Interesting. Interesting. I think maybe they're just burning the hearses because nobody is dying. Ladies and gentlemen, as we reported in Xi Jinping's No Good, Very Bad Week, a video that got blocked by YouTube, but check it out if you can. After the COVID protests, the COVID lockdown protests in China very recently, China's strategy was to take their years-long COVID zero experiment and say, okay, fine, it's over. Fine, you guys don't want us to do it? It's done. And then with no plan, no testing, no wind down, no mass vaccination campaign, they just immediately stopped. And so immediately, as of right now, like as we're speaking, Omicron and basically every COVID variant is ripping through China. China has been under extreme lockdowns, test and trace for years. And as of literally in the past few weeks, they are literally just fine. Fucking hands off right in the holiday season. And so COVID is going crazy in China. China's in an extremely, extremely bad spot for COVID. Let me see if I have I've got a couple links I wanted to show you on it. One second, sorry.
And they're all at the expense of refactors.
Yeah.
No. One second. Oh. I forgot. Wait, I'm sorry. I forgot that I made a graphic for this. I prepare. I'm a real journalist, okay? So for me, it's not just about telling you the news and what's going on in China. I wanted to show it to you. So because China's new COVID policy could best be described in 3 words, I wanted to make it visual. Let it rip. Let it rip is basically what Xi Jinping has said in response to all of the protests in his country. He's like, fine, you want me to stop COVID zero? We're going to let it rip. And he has let it rip in a major way all throughout the country. No, wait, I have... dude, somehow during... Oh, it's because you know what I do? I actually figured out what the problem is. Yeah. Is this it? I drag all of my links to separate tabs while I'm talking to you. And then when I try to find the source tab for everything that I was just talking about, is this it? No. I realized that I have closed them all. Hold up. All right. There, finally. Okay, fine. Fucking yes. Okay, I got it. Guys, I got it. All right. Okay, one thing. Sorry. Okay. All right. China's approach to COVID is let it rip. All restrictions have been scrapped. Infections are exploding. I wasn't expecting China's exit strategy to be so rapid. And that's basically what we've said, is they've done a fast and explosive COVID reopening, a risky approach that's worrying observers. So they stopped testing. They're denying that COVID cases are rising, but they're obviously rising. Like at this point, it's become very obvious that ERs are overwhelmed. There's a mass shortage of like antivirals and any sort of like, symptom stopping things, cold medicine, things like that. This is all happening at once. So China's in a real problem. Now this, if you are somebody who only cares about stocks and not human lives, is a good thing for their economy because COVID-0's lockdowns had caused many factories to shut down. And so now that they're just opening up and saying, fuck it, if you die, you die. It is leading to some turnaround in like their stocks, specifically in combination with this. So at the same time as this is happening, they have decided to allow United States to audit the data of companies that are listed in America. So things like Alibaba, Tencent, other companies that you can buy stocks of that are Chinese. They were going to be delisted from America. Now they're probably not. So combination of this plus the reopening is causing the stocks in China to actually skyrocket. But overall, their economy is doing pretty bad. Home sales sinking, retail sales sinking. And so things are looking pretty bad. I'm not saying the collapse is coming. I'm just saying this is a really, really bad time in China right now. But the worst thing of all is not the worst thing at all for Xi Jinping is not that his populace was really mad at him and now they're all getting COVID and the economy's in trouble. The worst thing for Xi Jinping is that he's lost a friend. Okay? Because I made this graph showing Tim Cook of Apple saying friendship ended with China. Now India is my best friend. Okay? Because Xi Jinping and Tim Cook had a really tight bond. Apple had made all of their products at Foxconn factories in China for the longest time. But now, officially, Apple has found a happy home in India. They are officially making a full supply chain pivot out of China. Now, it's not immediate, but they have made clear their plans to get out of China. And so this friendship, which has produced so much economic value for both Tim Cook, Apple, and Xi Jinping, is finally come to an end. And India will be taking the crown. India is taking a bite of Apple supply chains and will end up at their core too. Let Tim cook. So it remains to be seen what happens to this, but I think it's part of a larger trend of all companies that do business in both America and China are having to decouple from one or the other because it's nearly impossible to have a supply chain that goes through both without getting shut down by one of the governments. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what's going on in the world of marketing and business of the past week. Thank you for watching Wins and Fails. And I will be back after the holidays with more content and full Marketing Mondays on some very interesting subjects. I hope you guys enjoyed the update on what's going on. And thank you for watching my stream and for supporting and subbing and checking out Rocket Money. I have to go. I'm now going to go drive home for the holidays, see my family, take a week off, no content, and play board games and have a good time. And then I'm back to the grind because there's a lot of good videos that I want to put out. So Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching. Sevens, much love. Appreciate it. And see you. I think I'll be back Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. So either the 27th or the 28th, I will be live again with more stuff to talk about and a brand new full marketing Monday predictions 2023 coming out, I think by the 30th, 31st. Again, I really love doing this stuff. This stuff's really, really fun to me. Wins and fails has been an awesome way for me to stay in touch with world news, explain it. I think I can understand it better when I explain it. And I'm glad you guys enjoy it. So appreciate it. Hope you have a great holidays. I really do. And that's that. Sevens. I am going to raid somebody. And you can go watch them and enjoy. You know what we're going to raid? We're going to raid Squeaks. I'm honestly going to raid Squeaks because even though Squeaks... Oh, wait. Wait. Can we watch... Wait, watch this clip. Someone sent me this fucking clip after I talked about Squeaks last time. This is old. I didn't know he'd been talking to me for fucking... He didn't... Squeaks had my name in his mouth for a long time.
When I learned that Atrioc worked at NVIDIA as like a manager... I was imagining, like, can you imagine how bad it would feel to be fired by Atrioc? Like, do you know how fucking bad that would feel? Like, imagine if your manager is Atrioc. Hey, unfortunately, you didn't hit your metrics today. Hey, don't worry about it, though. I mean, nothing bad. Oh, well, you're gonna get no severance. Get the hell out of my office. Like, that would feel horrible. Rather than someone tell me to go fuck myself. You know what I mean? What the hell?
Bro, and what's crazy is his whole chat is roasting him for recycling the joke, which means he's done this bit about me firing people for months. He's been doing it. This is a regular bit on his stream. I never even talked to the guy. And he's been doing this bit about me firing people. So, I don't know, dude. I don't know. But I did watch his stream for a bit, and I thought it was really funny. So, we're going to rate him. We're going to give him some love and check him out and have a good holiday over on Squeaks' stream. Raid Squeaks. By the way, I never had to fire anybody because my Grussel inspired everybody to work harder. Okay? And if I did, I would tell them to go fuck themselves. Because HR fired them? Yeah, I would just say their metrics weren't up to snuff, and then I would forward them to HR, who did the actual work. No, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy Squeaks' stream. Have a good night. Have a good holiday, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye. Appreciate it. Really do.